So you're thinking about a new battery for your caravan, but what do you go for? Hopefully we're going to try and help you. A bit of a confusing thing really, the leisure batteries for caravans. First point to start out, if you're looking for a new battery for your caravan, is you definitely want to go for a leisure battery. It does need to be specifically for leisure and for caravans. They are completely different from what you'd have on your car. And to help things out, the NCC have rated leisure batteries in classifications from A, B and C, and they're all designed for different ways how you're going to use the caravan. So let's just run through what that actually means. You'll see on our first battery we've got a Class C battery. Now what this actually means is that if you've got a caravan, you've got no motor mover and you've got no intent or purposes on going onto a site that doesn't provide mains hookup, this is going to probably be the battery for you. It's the lowest class leisure battery, but if you're going to be using the caravan, as we've just said, that is going to do the job for you. There's no need to spend extra money on a high power battery if you're not going to be using the caravan off grid or having a motor move to use. So that is going to be what is going to be perfectly good for you. Next along we've got a Class B. Now the Class B batteries tend to be for use if you've got a motor mover but you're not really going to be going off grid, so you're not going to be going to CL sites and you're going to be mostly using the caravan where you've got the hookup lead. If you're going to use it very occasionally without mains hookup, you will just about get away with this, but mainly it's going to be where you've got hookup and where you're going to be using a motor mover. Now a Class A battery is going to be the biggest and best battery out there, and it's going to be more designed for bigger twin axles, four-wheel drive motor movers, if you're going to use the caravan off grid and you've not got the electric on there. And it's going to be that type of battery, the Class A, and it's literally just going to be down to doing a Google search for an NCC Class A, B or C leisure battery. It does then get a little bit more complicated when you're looking at a Class A battery more so than any of the other, because you've got an AGM battery, which is an absorbent glass matted battery, which is basically going to be glass mats within the battery, which means that that absorbs all of the liquid that's in the battery. So if you knock the battery over or anything like that, it's not going to spill any acid anywhere. You've then got the EFB, which is an enhanced flooded battery, so that's just more of a Class A or a Class B or C battery but on steroids, and that is then going to be more designed for your general use of being off grid and for the motor movers. Now there is one big thing with the AGM and the EFB or a standard flooded battery that you're going to want to consider, which I didn't really realise up until today when I was just doing a little bit of research on the batteries. The AGM batteries are really only designed for caravans that are from 2017 and newer. Now the reason for that is that the charge unit that's built into the caravan, so when you plug your caravan into the mains electric, when you plug your caravan into the mains electric and your battery charger that's built into the caravan starts to put the charge into the actual battery that's fitted onto the caravan, from 2017 onwards the chargers that were mostly fitted into the caravans were designed for AGM batteries. And what that basically means is that when it's putting the charge into the battery, it's putting out between 14.6 and 14.8 volts, which is specifically what an AGM battery requires to actually charge that battery up fully. If you've got an older caravan and you want to go for an AGM battery, you are going to need to remove that battery and not just be able to rely on the caravan battery itself, and you're going to need to put some type of smart charger or trickle charger onto that battery that is more designed to be able to charge an AGM battery and go up to about 14.6 to 14.8 volts to give that power into that battery and fully charge it. If you just want an easy life, you're going to probably want to go for more of the EFB, the enhanced flooded battery, and that isn't going to need to have such an output off the charger to be able to fully charge that battery up. The other thing that you're going to want to look for is the cycle. So that is the amount of times that the battery can be fully charged and discharged, and then fully charged, discharged, and so on. And that is a cycle. So once you've used the battery and it runs down to about 12 volts and you charge it back up, that is one cycle. So the more cycles that the battery can do, the longer that it's going to last you. Now, a lot of people don't understand that actually when a battery gets to about 12 volts, so if we check on our little charger here, at about 12.4, we're just starting to get into the realms of being slightly discharged. Anything below 12.4 to 12 volts is actually in a state of discharge. Over 12.4 to about 12.8 we're fully charged, depending on what the type of battery is. So again, if you look at your little voltage meter, or you do a test on the battery and we're reading about 12 volts, that actually means that your battery is in a state of discharge. We've got a little separate video that will be popping up now, and that goes into the charging, etc., a little bit more. But today's video is more based on if you're looking to change your Caravan battery, or you're looking for a new battery. We've hopefully just been able to explain the differences there. If you've got any questions, let us know in the comments. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, and again, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, I'm Mark at the Caravan Place.